Henry and the Elephant. When the director of the railways, Thomas had to give Thomas a ticket to his very old set of coasters, he also gave Thomas a line of his own. Henry agreed to go to the people who lived in the Fair City, so it was lovely where Thomas left the yard to run his brass line. They missed it very much. And now they had more work to do too. Henry and Gerda had to fetch the coasters themselves, and he didn't like that. It was the kind of Blue Edson had to do odd jobs and showed to James. The power of editing, Tom had gave Henry and Gerda a new coaster piece to cheer them up, but they still grumbled about the extra work. We get no rest, they complained as they clagged around the yard, but the coasters all laughed and called Henry and Gerda lazy. Then one day a circus came to town. The animals rode in special freight cars, and the performers rode in special coasters. All the entities wanted to push and pull the circus freight cars and coasters to place. When the circus was ready to go on to the next town, Tom had told James to pull the train. They made the other entities dreadfully jealous. However, they soon forgot about the circus as they had plenty of work to do. One morning, Henry was told to take some workers to a tunnel that was blocked. Henry grumbled as he went to ferry two freight cars to carry the workers and their tools. Push the freight cars, Henry muttered. Henry and the freight cars stopped outside the tunnel. The workers tried to look through it, but it was quite dark. No daylight shone from the other end. The workers took their tools and went inside the tunnel. Suddenly, with a shout, they all went out, looking frightened. We went up to the den that was blocking the tunnel and started to dig, but it grudged and moved. They said, "Nonsense," said the foreman. "It's not nonsense," said the workers. "It's big and alive, and we're not going in there again." "Well," said the foreman, "I'll set the freight cars into the tunnel, and Henry can push the obstacle out." Henry hated tunnels, but this was worse. Something big and alive was inside. "Peep, peep, 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 peep," I whistled. "I don't want to go in." "Neither do I," says driver. "But we must clear the line." Oh dear, puffed Henry as he slowly moved into the darkness. But Henry's driver shut off the steam at once. "Help, help, we move it backward," roared Henry. Then moving slowly out to the daylight came Henry, and then the freight cars. And last of all, pushing hard and looking right across, came an elephant. "What do you know?" said the foreman. "It must be the missing elephant for the circus." Henry's driver pulled out his brakes and something where to telephone on to the animal cable. The elephant stopped pushing, came toward Henry and the workers. They gave him some sandwiches and cake, so he forgot he was cross and remembered he was hungry. The elephant drank 3 buckets of water and was just going to drink another when Henry let out steam. The elephant jumped from a whoosh! He squirted the water all over Henry by mistake. Poor Henry. The animal keeper came and the workers rode home, laughing happily at their adventure, but Henry was very upset. "An elephant pushed me! An elephant whooshed me!" he grumbled. Once he was back to the shed, Henry told Gerda and James all about the elephant. And I am sorry to say that instead of laughing and telling Henry not to be silly, Gerda and James looked sad and said, "You poor Edson, you've had a bad day." The end.